Hello, everyone! Welcome to the first official episode of Tales from Tonarim. I know it's been a month since that recap episode. I'm gonna be real with you, literally nothing has happened since then, aside from people getting sick, people being busy, so, we are right where we left off when we made this a month ago. Uh-oh, we lost someone. So, I think I'll just go ahead and have people introduce themselves and their characters. We're gonna start with Ellie because she needs to leave here in like 40 minutes. So, Ellie, introduce yourself, your character, and a little bit about them.
Okay. Hi. I go by Ellie with these friends. And my character that I am playing is her name is Rainroffin. She is a shadow elf, I believe is what Carly calls the species. And Carly is the person who knows how to pronounce the country that she's from. I believe in this party, she's the only person who is from this one kingdom, and everyone else is from the other kingdom. And she also happens to be a member of a death cult in the traditional sense of the word cult. So she, like, her group of people, like, really focuses on death, and in particular the transition from life to death. So a lot of hospice care is what they focus on. And also just like honoring death as like a one-time very important event to happen, and so not being frivolous with death, and but also like recognizing that there are times when death is appropriate. So that is kind of like what people kind of would know based on looking at her. She's very new to the party. She doesn't really know what's going on. Neither do I. It works out great. But she wears symbolism on her, like an amulet that others can look at from this world and see, like, the cult she's a part of, that cult is present in her kingdom. So this information, and she physically looks like a shadow elf. So those are things that by sight you can tell about her. And she really hasn't been introduced to the group yet. She hasn't really talked to anyone. So I'm just gonna skip some of like other like personality and age descriptors because that'll like come out like during gameplay. But yeah, I think that's for like she kind of basically was walking around and a Fey world portal popped up in front of her and she got sucked through it and then ended up in the middle of the group. And so she's like figured out she's in the Fey realm. She doesn't really know the people she's with. She doesn't really know what anyone's doing. She's just kind of ended up places and she's kind of like, okay, I'd like to go back to my realm, please. But like, besides that, she's kind of here for the ride right now.
By the way, that is the Pagala Empire that Rain is from.
Yes, nothing.
Alright. Next up, Chelsea hasn't gotten back into Riverside yet. So,
I'm back.
next up, we will go to Moonstar.
Can y'all hear me?
Hello.
I can hear you.
I could. I mean, I go by Moon. She/Any. And my character is I never could say the species.
She's a satyr.
Satyr. And her name is Lady Nuvanthe. She's from the Feywild. Um, and the oh my gosh, Carly could tell you where what part because I don't remember. Um, and um, she's pretty chaotic. um, and yeah, I think that's it for now.
Okay, now I'm seeing Chelsea. We're gonna pop it over to Chelsea. Chelsea, um, go ahead and describe your character and all of that.
Yeah, hi. Just making sure. Mic check. Everyone can hear me all right?
Yes.
Perfect. All right.
Yep.
So my character is also a shadow elf. Um, um, my character is Bronwyn Warwick Aramir. She/they pronouns. Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Chelsea. I use she/her pronouns. So, yeah, as I said, Bronwyn is a shadow elf as well, but she is a sorceress. Specifically, is more attuned to like shadow magic and stuff, as she has like a deep connection to the the king of the gods, and who is also the god of darkness, Kuisis. He/him pronouns. Um, in terms of physical description for Bronwyn, she is 5'10", has purple skin that has various scars on her body. She has mostly some on her face. Um, also has a tattoo on her, I believe, upper right arm, of a shield with a snowflake at the center. And then there are other snowflakes, about 5, swirling around that. Also, and then she has like a long, straight white hair with a black streak in the front of her face that is all tied up in a that's tied up in a ponytail. Has like a smoky gray eyes. Has like a raven feather earring on her right ear. Has a little bit of jewelry, like just like a few necklaces, and has like a wedding ring on her, on her right hand now. Right? Yeah.
Left.
Sorry, left. Sorry. Um, and her clothes, she has a black tight sleeveless top. And then she has a blue cloak. That's she got draped over her shoulders. She wears like a long white skirt that has like slits that go all the way up to her hip. Has like leggings underneath, um, and has knee-high black boots. In terms of weapons, she wields a couple of daggers and a yikawa, which I believe is a kind of like longer dagger.
Probably.
Um, so in terms of her like about her, she is from a very vast place up in North, like conveniently called Northton. It's a very like cold area, and she was once part of the adventures group there. Hence, the tattoo on her arm, which is the crest of the Adventurers Guild there. And she was a adventurous with her late wife, younger brother, and 3 of their childhood friends. And during one of the missions, she was like sent to escort some researchers along with the group to an abandoned wizard's tower. And things went wrong, and unfortunately, Brown was the only sole survivor of this incident, and came back with a kind of like obsidian crescent shaped gem embedded into a chest. Um, I think that's more or less it. Like a she like like she was not like initially part of the researchers group. She just happened to be a stowaway because she got drunk and fell into a barrel that was put into the ship. So a convenient stowaway, but like is happy to be there nonetheless.
Oh, excuse me. All right, wonderful. Sorry, I have a quesadilla.
Very good.
And last but not least, we have Jade.
Hello, I'm Jade. I play a character in the game called Darian Moon. I was the one that was talking before in the last introduction of the game. Hi, hello. Could you use any pronouns for me? Darian is he's a half dark elf character. Dark skin, like slightly grayish in tone, slightly pointed ears, and some grayish hair as well. He he's a pretty he's an artificer. He's a bit of a tinker, just the same as his mother, but he's very kind of caring person, I guess I could say. He's very a little bit more logical as well. Don't know what else to say about that. Like, yeah, he just like trying to do stuff. But he's just like he seems just like a cute little guy, you know. He's adorable.
He's just a little guy.
Yeah, he's just a little guy.
The best little guy.
I think he's like the youngest of the players, at least.
Yeah, because I forgot to mention age-wise for Bronwyn, and she's like roughly in her 30s. So yeah, definitely looks at Darian as a younger brother kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Navanthi is like 121 because Faye.
Yeah. But then like Darian is also like, oh my god, why do I have to like watch over you because you're doing such crazy stuff?
So there is also one other person who is sadly not here. She has not been feeling well lately, and that is Lore. Her character's name is Elan, and she is also from the Fae realm, much like Navanthi, but from the other kingdom. But unfortunately, she is not here. She hasn't been feeling well. Hopefully, next week she'll be here, and we'll have everyone here for the entire time because um, as I was saying to Jaden, Moonstar, and Chelsea earlier, um, I am thinking about putting the Greek mythology campaign we do on hold for just a couple of weeks so we can get a few of these, Tonarim episodes out because, you know, the very first thing was a month ago, so I don't want people to be like, they haven't, nothing else has been uploaded. It was this a scam, that sort of thing. But yeah, Chelsea, you were gonna say something?
No.
Okay, so let's get into this. So you guys stayed a couple of days in the Court of Light and Life, and Navanthi and her fiance had some personal time, and we'll leave it at that. Fade to black. So now you guys are getting ready. You heard from the queen that there should be a portal opening back up somewhere. She's not sure where it'll put you guys, but she knows there's a portal out of the Fey realm. Um, as a quick rundown of like the history of this place so far, this is still very much the gods live among the mortals and the first age, and so there is like civilization and kingdoms, but it's not like super advanced, you know. So and so these portals will randomly open up. There's no way to predict what portals are going to go where. Something like that has not been invented yet and probably won't be invented for a couple hundred to a couple thousand years. Um, so, you get told by the queen that there should be a portal opening up, and she doesn't know where it's gonna take you, but she knows it's there. So, you guys are packing your things up and getting ready to go find this portal. Does anyone want to do anything else? Oh, and we got supplies and stuff. Does anyone want to do anything else before we send you back to the material plane? The Vadsadu is what I've called it, but I might change it.
Just have a final kiss and goodbye to Navanti's like wife. That's about it.
Aww.
Bye and all this stuff.
Anyone else? Oh, and since you guys did stay here for a couple of days, Rain, you've gotten to know everyone a little bit better. You're still a little like, who the fuck are these people? But you know them a little better now, so.
In that case, Ray and Ruffin would have definitely reached out to Darian to ask him about his sword because she would recognize it.
No, because this is a sword
I rolled for it and I made it last time.
Specifically for Darian.
I rolled for it last time and we didn't have an RP.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot what the roll was. Can you remind me?
It was like either religion or history, but I knew which god it came from, and so I was gonna ask Darian about it, but then we didn't have time last session.
Okay, you can do that real quick. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, of course. I have it in my notes. So, Jade, how do you want to do this?
I don't know. We could just have it to, since we're like hanging around, and I'll just be around doing my. Darian could be doing his own thing, and then she could like approach him, I guess.
Okay. Also, I need pronunciation again. Help. SOS.
So, Darian.
And then the god's name.
Croesus.
Croesus.
And the death god is Alios.
Alios, yep.
Okay. This one was from Croesus, right?
Alios.
This is from Alios.
Okay. So, she'll come over and she will be like, Darian? I noticed you have a sword of Alios with you.
He gets like a look of like,
Here's gonna be the first roll. Are you gonna tell the truth? Or are you gonna make some shit up?
like, Oh, you did you? It's.
She's one of my gods.
Oh,
Remember,
no.
death cult.
yeah, yeah, no, let's see. Darren, like, is, like, a bit unsure because he's, like, yeah, because he knows, like,
That's
she's,
right,
like,
he
from the,
knows
Yeah,
she's
because
not
you rolled
from
last
his
session
kingdom.
and
yeah,
you know,
like,
yeah,
I, like,
you rolled and
know
you know.
of, yeah, like, just enough to where he, like, knows that, basically, of her, but, like, doesn't know too much about it, and so he's, like, a little bit on the suspicious side. He's like, I don't know. uh, he's like, oh, he will tell truth in a way. Okay, I will describe what happened because none of anyone else in this group knows about, like, how I came across the sword, technically.
Right.
So I will explain that, kind of, like, say, like, the kind of truth behind it without the whole thing, basically.
I'm gonna say either roll performance or persuasion to see how well you can dance around this conversation.
Okay.
Hi, sorry, I took a sledgehammer to your secret.
That also means, Rain, you're gonna have to do an insight check.
Woo!
How does a 19 work?
Okay, we gotta see what Rain has rolled with insight.
A 22.
Ah, fudge.
Hey!
Which I know you do a good job, but she sees through the BS.
Yeah.
Like A+ on acting, very good.
You get a gold star, but like close but no cigar.
Gold star,
she knows.
messed up star that says you tried.
Yeah. Goodness. Okay, so he explains a little bit. He's like, oh yeah, one of the nights after we were exploring someplace when we got back to one of our camps, I found it behind a a tree when I was walking around outside. I mean, that's definitely the truth, but yeah, not the.
You don't have to lie to me about connections to Alios, right? Like, I'm not gonna judge you for having a connection to one of my gods. That's stupid.
Well, you see, what had happened was.
Okay. So, Tyrion takes a breath.
It's so good you preset this to be where you're not with the rest of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, like, everyone had their own separate rooms. This is a giant fucking castle. The only one who shared a room was Navanthi and her fiance. Everyone else had their own rooms, so, like, this is either in Darian's room or in Rain's room.
Or yeah. Or I was gonna say maybe like just outside or something like that, like just hanging out because he likes making like random notes or random sketches of like the areas that he's
Could
at.
be.
So
Yeah.
that would make more sense, I think, of like her randomly come across him. But yeah, who knows? Anywho, he takes a good breath there, and he's like guides his like thumb across the hilt of the sword, and he's like, my mother died
My
recently,
condolences.
and I talked with Alios and about her, and soon after I found this sword with a note from him. Is a sort of gift, I suppose, to help with what we're doing.
Okay.
Also, they
Just
dead
a
ass met
note.
him. Like,
Huh?
in person. I said,
Yeah, like he actually met in person, like not just like talked like randomly, like they actually met in person, which was like really interesting.
Do you tell that to Rainroffin, or are you just
No,
saying that you
just
talked?
just the talked.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Rainroffin is gonna be like, okay, just future wisdom for you, Darian. Um, it's a lot less sketchy to just kind of say, um, because I was distraught at the death of a loved one, I reached out to Alios, and at the conclusion, I had received this sword was bestowed upon me, which leaves out enough details to usually not leave too many people suspicious to ask questions, but also isn't a lie. And it also doesn't sound weird, like I was walking around and there was a sword of Elios behind a tree and I just grabbed it without thinking about anything or knowing it was powerful. Just putting that out there.
Like doing a review on the lie, that's like not too bad. Could
Yeah.
be better. 4 stars.
Yeah.
right.
Darian
So,
is like just like nods along, and he just like noted.
but well, I'm glad Alios was able to connect, or you were able to connect with Alios in a time of need. And I think, and I'm glad that he listened to your supplications. Yeah, he's a good guy to be to work for, at least in my experience. And all of my brothers and sisters of my order.
Alright.
Yeah.
That was
I
interesting.
like that Darian was sweating the whole time, and she's
Yeah.
just like really relaxed about it.
Yeah.
Panicked for no reason.
Yeah.
Cool. She just like wanted to know if they had like something in common, basically.
Yeah. He was just like,
He's like, oh, I'm gonna get hunted down and judged. She's like, oh my gosh, connections.
I connected the dots. You didn't connect, like, two words.
What's the ruling on
Yeah.
swearing?
Like, are we allowed to swear, or is it like?
Yeah, 100% you're allowed to swear.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, sweet.
I have it already
I've
listed
been
as
I've been
explicit on
censoring
Spotify.
myself. Okay, yeah, I've been censoring myself.
Oh, you don't need to do that. Not with us, honey.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I was gonna say I sniffed out your bullshit.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Not as Rain Robin, but like when I was making side commentary,
Yeah.
I wanted to say. Okay, there you go. I got it off my chest.
Hell yeah.
Woo.
Okay.
All the curse words now.
Alright. Let's get back. You guys are getting ready to go through a portal back to Vadsadu, the material plane. So, you guys quickly get through this portal, and Darian, unfortunately, you recognize this place immediately.
Oh no.
Oh, freak yes.
It is your hometown of Galm Lenora.
Yes.
Home of, hold on, Lord Lucius Valeris, your father, and his wife, Lady Vaella Valeris, who killed your mother.
Darian, like his heart kind of drops, like when he realizes where he is, but like he also has like, like a slight footing, like I'm home again, like like such mixed feelings, because he's like, I'm home again, but then he's like stressing because he knows that it's different now.
Also, for those listening, let me describe this place a little bit for you. It's sort of like a little like Louisiana, very humid, very hot. It has like Southern Gothic architecture, and it's a port city, so there's many docks. You guys happen to land on the docks, and it's beautiful, kind of eerie, kind of like, if anyone has seen like Southern Gothic architecture and sort of like seen Louisiana as a whole, or if you're from there or have been there, it's very much like all sorts of different um what's the word I'm looking for? Cultures coming together to build like these big fucking buildings and shit that have a sense of eeriness to them, but also not. I know I'm doing terrible at explaining this, but I'm not Matthew Mercer.
No, it sounds good.
It's a very good description.
Yes.
So yes, we are in Galm Lenora.
Okay, so Darian is like kind of shocked at first, but like he's also, after he regains himself, he's like, he immediately takes a break and looks back at the group, and he's like, I can't be seen here.
What do you mean?
Yeah. What?
Bronwyn, Darian, and you did have a conversation about this.
Yeah, slightly. Like,
Ah,
A little bit.
Darian didn't explain too very much, like what happened,
hmm.
like that he was being hunted down.
Ah, yeah. I think Barnum didn't quite connect the
He
dots.
didn't.
With, like this is
Yeah.
the hometown because like no,
Yeah.
yeah, Barnum hasn't explored much outside of her hometown. So yeah.
Do you have a cloak, Darren?
Um,
Mm,
I just immediately give
no,
Darian
I don't think
mine.
so.
I just immediately take mine off, put it over his face, over him. Like make sure, like if it has a hood, like it's completely over him.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Also, I know, Ellie, you need to be leaving here soon. It's almost 5.
Yes. Um, Rainwalken will continue her trend of confusedly following the group.
Yeah.
Fair.
Does she know what's going on? No. Is she not from this country? Yes. Is it probably best that no one knows that? Also, yes.
Debatable.
Like, are the country's enemies? Yes.
It's hard to say. It's like it's more of like, you know how the United States had the space race with Russia and stuff? It's more of like trying
During
to
a
see who
war?
can expand faster than the other.
During a war where they were also racing to make nuclears to destroy each other completely?
Not that part.
That was why they wanted to get to space, to be able to nuke from space.
Not that part, but like they're more like competitors. Like they're not trying to kill each other.
Using Russia and USA as an example of people not trying to murder each other is wild. They go anywhere, they're killing people.
Yeah, no, like they're in competition to see who can get more land because this is the first stage, and there's another kingdom way further norther than even further north than Northden who like trades with both of them, and while it kind of annoys the other one, they don't really care all that much. It's very much like, I bet I can have a bigger kingdom than you.
Okay.
Barnum is just gonna be like, Darian, do you know what there's a place we can hide here?
Darian, roll a history check, and Ellie, we will
Sorry,
say
say again what happened?
Tonarim.
I was asking if you know of a place where we can like hide for now.
Oh, okay. History check. That's right.
Yeah, sorry, the accent makes it like hard to understand.
No, I actually wasn't paying attention. There was background noise.
I don't know, fair.
Oops.
So 19. History.
You know there's some like abandoned warehouses, but they're very much made of wood. So you could probably hide there. But if your dad's wife is still going on her rampage, might not
Yeah.
be the safest, but you can hide there for the time being.
Uh-huh. Okay. So Darren is like rubs his hands together like to prepare his thoughts, and he's like, okay, and then he like takes a quick look around like the place, and he's like, all right, I know where we are. This way, over here to these buildings. Follow me.
Right, right, and Levante, don't wander ahead or too far.
I'm right
Huh?
behind.
Oh, okay.
Mm. We got to stick together here for now. Right, and
Yes.
yeah, and Bronwyn just like follows Derry into whatever location he has in mind.
Raina is very confused and she is just following you guys.
Mhm. So, after a little bit, like Darian tries to take like side streets where it's not like the main roads, like kind of like more kind of alleyway areas where it's more like residential kind of places, and like goes between there to like get to the warehouse finally, and then he's like, okay, uh, I guess I should say everything that's going on here.
Yes, please do.
So that time ago when I got that letter from my mother, found out that she was dead. He has like a slight like choked up tone in his voice when he mentions that part. She mentioned about how the Lady of the Land, who is the wife of my birth father, he's the Lord of the Land.
Oh shit.
Yes, she is killing bastards like me and their
Oh,
families. That's why my mother died. And why I kind of dreaded about going back home.
You could see Bronwyn's hands just shaking with like a kind of silent rage, and you could she is fighting the urge to like just simply go out, find this woman, and just like straight up kill her. Like,
Well,
yeah,
about that.
yeah, but like it's like let's hide for now, but like maybe we'll kill later.
yeah.
But at the moment, it's just like more like I think like kind of goes to Darren, puts like a hand on his shoulders, like I'm sorry about your mum, kid.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. He kind of like clutches the sword again as he like takes in a breath to like ground himself basically.
I think Moon was trying to say
While your
something.
Yeah,
character
please
is
continue.
doing that, Novante is gonna be like, can I hug you? Or is that not the time?
Yeah, you could hug me.
Novante is gonna give you the biggest hug you ever felt, probably. Besides, your character's mom. But like just
Aww.
tightest. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
So, y'all are hiding in this warehouse. I think it is wise to do
Mhm.
watches. Obviously you don't need to go outside of the warehouse, but like
Yeah.
Yeah. What time of the day is it at the moment?
listen. Um well, it was hard to figure out the time when you were in the Fey realm because the Court of Light and Life is always daytime.
Oh, true, yeah.
But I would say by the time you got into Galm Lenora, it was probably like late afternoon, early evening. So it just depends on how long you've been hidden in the warehouse. Like, how long do you want to be hidden in there right now?
Mm-hmm.
I would say I don't know what you guys were thinking, but if we decided to just chill in the warehouse for a little bit, Darian would like just like take in the stuff about the situation right now and be like start slowly getting restless, and then like I think I want to visit my home.
You sure?
Okay. Yeah. If you want
I
Right, if
I think I do.
alright, if that's what you want. If need be, I can give. I got some spells that can cover us. If we need to escape.
that's good.
Yeah, just we need to make sure to stay together whenever I do cast it.
Yes. Yes.
Alright.
Of course.
All right. Let's try and like be as sneaky as we can.
Got it.
Everyone roll stealth checks.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Come on. Oh no!
I got
Oh,
a nat
goodness.
1.
I got that one.
I got a 17.
I got two.
Well, we got two nat ones, which is an immediate fail.
No, I just got two. I mean, yeah, I
Yeah.
just got two.
But yeah, even with my nat one, it's like 4. So yeah.
So
If you get a nat one, it
No,
doesn't
no,
matter.
exactly.
It's just a nat one.
Yeah.
well, I didn't get nat 1. I just got 2.
No, yeah.
So that would make.
But I like the idea of like me being like, let's be stealthy, and I just turn around, fall, and make a big clash of noise.
Yeah. How does that work for me though? Because I'm 17.
Well, there's one fail, or two fails. Or is it three? Hold on. Is it one nat one that's worth two fails?
I think
No,
so.
you think you have death saves.
Oh.
Okay. So two fails and a success. You hear someone say, "Go check over there."
Shoot.
Alright, time to use the cover already. And I'm going to cast Fog Cloud.
Will you? Well, I guess I can. I'm on D&D Beyond right now because I'm making an NPC, so I guess I can look it up.
So yeah, I can create. So I create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog. And the area is heavily obscured.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The inside of this warehouse is about 20 feet long, so it's just the inside of the warehouse.
Hmm.
Well, that could work out.
Yeah, exactly. Like they can't see us whenever they come in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they can't see us when they get in. So if they go inside of it, then we could
Hopefully sneak around.
walk around them
Yeah.
and go out.
Stick to the walls.
Okay. Two people break the door and have glaives pointed, but all they're seeing is fog and it's very dusty in here, so they're coughing and they're like, one of them's like, we'll need to check tomorrow. It's too dusty in here. And the other one's like, but Our Lady. He goes, fuck her. I don't care for her husband's bastards either, but that's no excuse to kill him.
Eee.
Once again, Bronwyn's fighting the urge.
I don't care what she said. Come on, let's go. We'll check tomorrow. Okay? And they leave.
Nice. Navati whispers. Very soft.
Yeah. And Darian is also like a little bit like the faintest heart warmed, like knowing that there's someone who doesn't want to kill him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
Oh, you don't want to kill me?
And
Thank
he's like,
you.
yeah. It's like the bare minimum stuff. It's like, oh, thank you for not wanting to kill me. Tucks hair behind your ear. Okay,
Alright.
since we're all like right next to each other basically, right? He's like kind of reaches out, he's like, okay, ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think I know the best way to my mother's home from here.
Alright, lead the way.
Okay.
So you get there. It takes a little bit because it is nighttime, and you do know now that there are guards out even at night, looking around for more bastard children.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, Darian, does he know about the, like, kind of about the other bastards, or is, like, now that he's back in town, is there, like, some sort of, like, kind of, like, flyer things or something that's, like, showing the families that were holding this stuff?
I think he knows that there were probably others just based on the stories his mom told him, but he has never met any of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna message you a private chat, I guess.
Okay. Don't mind us, podcast listeners. I can't just like stop this or pause this, so we're just like
Yeah, and Jeopardy music.
dun, 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 dun.
Slight difference.
We'll start getting like a delayed orchestra of Jeopardy music.
Right. what you messaged me. I haven't quite thought about that, but you know.
Okay. Already.
Yeah, sorry about
So,
that, everyone.
yeah. So, yeah, they make their way to Darian's home. You did describe like that it would take a bit longer because trying to hide from the guards. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
for that. Shall I kind of describe the home a bit now?
Go ahead.
Okay, so they start coming upon a building, and then like takes a breath, like he and takes, he's like, like kind of gasps, like when he sees like his house again. It is kind of like a nice little kind of cabiny home, I guess you could say. There's like a workshop off the side of it, and it's got a bunch of like tools. It's got like a furnace basically, but it's like kind of like a natural kind of look, like it's made out of stones, like a nice like beigey earthy tone, like stones like making up like a furnace and work area, and like a little thing, and then the house is next to it and it has a nice like thatched roof. Some plants like vines growing up it. Um yeah, basically like that, and there's a bunch of like tools and random like doodads, and then there's like a little kind of like storage off to the side. That's how it looks from outside, basically.
Alright. So you guys get in there. You can tell when you step in, it's kind of been turned upside down. Clearly, they expected you to still be there, and they looked everywhere, but they could not find you. Obviously, because you were not there.
Mm-hmm.
So the house is a mess, but it's still your house. Do you want to see if you can find anything else in this house?
Oh yes.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Thank you.
I think in the meantime, Bronwyn is just kind of being the lookout to keep an eye on the streets and stuff in case any guards spot us or coming in for like a patrol.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
My investigation is a 16.
Okay.
That's not 20.
Okay.
Booyakasha!
You don't see anyone coming up, or at least they don't seem to be like guards. They're just people who live there. But one person in particular looks a little scared, a little nervous, um, and they look like they just barely escaped some sort of scuffle. As for your investigation check, Darian, you do see now dried blood splatters on the floor. Um, but it doesn't seem like they left your mom's bones or body or anything, which is a little suspicious,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, maybe she really just wanted to get rid of every bit she could. You don't know, aside from your mom's body is not here.
Okay, Darian. like his breath kind of shakes, seeing the blood, knowing that it was most likely hers, and he just like closes his eyes as he takes a breath before looking back out like over the room and like realizing that she wasn't around. She will, or she will. Darian will like go through and like go to like find like personal items basically.
Okay, we're gonna go back out to Bronwyn for a minute. So Bronwyn, you see this little kid. They're probably 8
Oh.
max, and they're scared. And they're like, you can see they're trying to hide that they just barely escaped a scuffle. And the kid sees you, and he's scared for a minute. But once he realizes you're not going to hurt him,
Mm.
he comes up, is like, um, excuse me, miss, do you, and he's like, he's trying to get something out, but he can't. He's like shaken up. You can see tears in his eyes. You can only assume this is another one of the bastard children that somehow managed to get away from the lady.
Mm. Hey, it's alright. Come with me. Okay, we'll keep you safe, okay?
Oh, okay, are you sure?
It's alright. What's your name?
It's Omar.
Hi, Omar. I'm Bronwyn.
Nice to meet you.
Alright.
Um,
I'm guessing you're hiding from the guards.
wasn't this that inventor lady's home? I think her name was Zara.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, I'm friends with her son. Come here, we'll hide you from the guards.
Okay.
Alright, come on, kid. And I just try and, guide the kids into the building. Make sure, again, there's no guards that, spot us. And just, quickly shut the door.
Darian obviously like looks back over like
Yeah.
what's going on.
This kid is like 3.5 feet tall. He is an elf, but he's a child, a literal child.
Just like,
Oh.
sorry, I just saw the kids. I'm hiding and scared, and I couldn't let him stay out there. I think he's one of the kids that the guards are after.
Oh,
Hey, you're
hi.
the inventor lady's son. He points at you, Darian.
Uh, yeah. Wait. And, like he kneels down in front of the kid, so it's not like so imposing or anything. It's like, hi, are you okay?
Well, you can tell he doesn't want to talk, but you get the sense he also just experienced seeing his parents get fucking murdered.
Oof.
Oh no.
But he managed to get out with only a couple of scrapes. He's a fast little kid.
Mm.
That's good.
Yeah. Darian like looks over him and he like gently like pats him like on the shoulder and he's like, hey, I'm sorry that this happened to you too. This shouldn't be happening. Did you see the guards come here too?
I did, but I was kind of in the trees, hidden in the shadows.
That's good.
And I ran home, But when I got home, um, we were okay for a couple of days, but then someone broke our door down and two of her guards and the lady herself came in. I used to like her and now I don't.
That's okay. We don't like her either.
Yeah, Darian has like a split, like a second of like humor at like the way that the child's mannerisms are, you know. He like
I mean, what do you expect from a fucking 8-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
like he like he's like, oh my gosh, a child, like this is like helps like not like feel so stressing basically, like to see like the kids pout about it. Um
And my sister wasn't even one of his kids. But they hurt her too, and she was only a few years younger than me, and she wanted to be a lady like
Oh.
Lady Viola, but now she can't.
Oh.
Novathe's gonna go go up to this kid. Um, Hold on, I want to see if I actually have this spell before saying.
okay, when Aventi goes up, then Darian like backs up
Okay.
and like steps away for a moment and just like you could tell if you're paying attention to him that he's like full of emotion
Yeah.
about hearing that.
Um. So, can I say that I have some like fey wildflowers? Maybe.
I mean, what are you trying to do?
I am trying. I'm not doing spell because I don't have spell, but that's why I'm asking. Because I was gonna do druidcraft, like little flowers, but I don't have that.
Um, okay, you know what? I will say since you are Fae and from the Court of Light and Life, you always have it.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Druidcraft's flowers from the Feywild because that's the only flowers that they ever seen.
I mean, you guys
My
have seen some pretty
That's
wild
true.
flowers over on that
Mm-hmm.
island that you guys were
That's
at,
true.
so you could also do one of those.
Yes, I'm gonna do that too. And slowly hand over them to the kid. It's like a bouquet, kind of like a weird bouquet of flowers. And says, "I'm very sorry for your loss, sis. Um,
This is a
we're
little
gonna try."
boy.
Yeah, I know. Maybe he likes flowers too.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I heard you say, I'm
Oh
sorry
no,
for your lost sis, as in like
no,
calling the kid sis. My
no,
bad.
no. Oh good. Um, Sorry for your loss. So and here's some flowers, and we will try to protect you.
Whoa, these are cool.
Yeah.
I think what's Bronwyn, what's the vampire is doing is Bronwyn's gonna go over to Darian and like, kid, you alright? Breathe, deep breaths. Come on. What's in your mind?
When does a man become a monster?
Yeah, yeah. Like he's like gripping his sword hilt, and he's like, kids. Kids.
I know.
You're killing kids.
Namathi, while this conversation is going on, like trying to distract
Yeah.
the kid and with her like fayness and like and telling this kid like all about the Feywild and like stuff like that, so the kid would be distracted.
I mean, I don't think the kid hears exactly what Darian is saying, but he sees that he's upset, and so he like tries to give half of his flowers to Darian.
No, I'm crying.
Good.
Oh, Darian just like immediately like composes himself enough, like when he sees the kid like come to him, and he is just like immediately tries to go into more like comforting kind of way when he looks at him. It's like, what's this for?
You looked upset.
Thank you.
And he's really he's like I said, he's like 3.5 feet tall, so he also like hugs your leg
Oh.
and then runs back over to Devanthe.
Like, then it's just like so much emotions.
Yeah.
This whole thing, and he like tucks the flowers like into his armor, and takes a moment before he like goes into his room, his childhood room, and like goes through his stuff, and like he collects like maybe some things that he needs. DM.
Yes.
How much we'll say valuables would Darian and like have like at his house that he could collect?
Probably sketchbooks that date back to when he was like a small child, with various silly inventions that his mom did eventually create. And then as he got older, he ended up making himself, even if they were a little rough. I would say there's also like a closet filled with janky ass old inventions by Darian. Um, and I'm gonna say you have a drawer of birthday money that you've saved since you were like 5. So at this point, you're what, like 20 now?
Yeah.
Over 15 years of saving, you have saved up about 200 gold.
My God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's in a
This is
drawer somewhere.
yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what he's definitely doing. He's going and collecting the money because that's something that they'll probably need, and he doesn't want someone to like go into his house and like still try to like steal random stuff since it's like messed up now.
Right. And now you can add
He
200 gold to your inventory.
Thank you. He'll probably like he probably has like his first invention like on display.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so like he'll grab
What is
that.
this?
I would say it's probably some random like owl-esque kind of
Ooh, like a first attempt on a
thing.
homunculus, yeah. or like one of those wind-up toys.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe not like a wind up toy exactly, but just like it kind like something that kind of resembles kind of like an owl's like head shape kind of.
Mm.
I'm going to ask you a question after we're done here because I know there is a specific warlock subclass that lets you have a familiar.
Ooh, so cool. Um so he like pockets the item as well. Then he like still goes through and then he like finds his like childhood plush basically and he picks it up, looks it over, and then like comes back out of the room and like he goes up to the little boy and he's like kneels down in front of him. He's like, look what I have here.
Did you make that?
No.
Oh. It's still really
No.
cool.
Like it's like I would say it's almost kind of like an animal that kind of resembles between a rabbit and an elephant. Like it's got.
I love it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a rag doll.
So what would that be?
And it has like an elephant's trunk, but like long rabbit ears.
What would that be? An elephant or
Maybe an
rabbit?
ELLIT, ellet.
An ellet, yeah. And he like holds it in front of him and he's like, Isn't he cute? This is an ellet.
Cool.
He protected me when I was little and helped keep me safe during hard times. I would like you to hold on to him. He'll help you know.
Right.
Really?
Right. I hate to be a downer here, but I don't think we can stay too long in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. He takes the ellet and says, "Thank you, this is really cool," and follows you guys.
I think if like Omar would be okay with it, Barnum would suggest carrying him as we exit.
I think Novante
Okay.
would be the best, maybe?
That's okay.
Yeah, she's
Novante's a little
very big.
tall.
So Novante comes like close to the kid. And,
No,
like,
what I'm saying is Navanthe's a little tall, and he would be very obvious on top of Navanthe's
I see.
shoulder or whatever.
I see. I didn't hear that. That's true.
Navanthe's 7 feet tall.
Yeah. Right. This is there a back door?
Oh yes, this way.
Right. Do we have to do another stealth check?
Yes, and I think because you have an 8-year-old child with you, it's gonna be at disadvantage.
Okay.
For everybody?
No, it's a disadvantage for me because I got the kid.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's better. 13.
So I got 16 this time, just one less.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna. I swear I have inspiration. So if it's okay, I'm gonna burn that.
I can't remember, but sure.
Oh, damn. Um. Okay. Stealth 9.
Oh, can I ask something real fast?
Yes.
Um, can since he's in his own home, he's got his own collection of different things that he could use. Can Darian disguise himself
I would say you probably have some like random old Hallows Eve costumes and shit that might still fit you, so sure.
now? So yeah, he'll like cover himself. The other thing I was thinking is like because this is like a workshop attached to his house, he either gets like some like grease or like coal, probably coal, and like
Probably, yeah.
puts it on his hair
Okay.
so that that's not so apparent as
Obvious.
well.
Okay, so we've got a 16, that's a pass. We've got a 9, that's a fail. What was Navanthi's roll?
13.
I would say that's also a pass. Some of these guards are not that bright. Um, so you guys, Bronwyn like trips on a stone but recovers quickly and no one notices,
Mm.
and you guys get back to the warehouse pretty quickly. And I think that's where we'll end this.
Okay.
When does a man become a monster?
Yeah.
This is the start of it for Darian.
Mm-hmm.
I also am glad that I did not make Navanthi chaotic in this episode.
Oof.
Oh yeah. She realized that the situation was too
Yeah, that's
yeah.
fair. She realized this is not the time to. Like, she's nobility. She knows when to
Yeah.
Yeah.
not act like an idiot.
Yeah. Know to pick your battles.
Oh my gosh, stop getting inside my head, Polly. Oh god.
So,
Oh.
those on Spotify, thank you so much for listening to our first official episode of Tales from Tonarim. I'm so excited about this.
Whoop, whoop.
Woohoo!
So, as I said at the beginning, we do a Greek mythology campaign. However, because I want to get a few more of these episodes out, we're gonna put that on hold for a couple of weeks so we can get more of these out.
Yeah.
And aside from that, I hope you all enjoyed listening. If you were doing some work and you got some work done while listening to it, let us know in the comments because I do have comments enabled on this. And yeah, so we will see you next week for more Tales from Tonarim. Maybe, if everyone's available.
Yes.
So thank you everyone for listening. Thank you Moon, Jade, Chelsea, and Ellie, who is not here right now, for joining in this lovely inaugural episode of our podcast. I very much appreciate it. And we will see you all next week. Maybe. Bye bye.
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 Bye bye bye.